Hey everybody, my name's Taylor, and as you can tell by my face, I got in an accident. A really big car accident. I was coming around a corner going 60 miles per hour with black ice all over the road. And my brain didn't register right away that it probably wasn't the best idea to be speeding while there was all this ice and snow all over the ground, but we're teenagers. We don't think things through. I completely ended up in the other lane, so by overcorrecting, I went into the ditch. But that wasn't it. My front wheel got caught on one of the ditch parts, and I spun, barrel rolled about 3 times, went airborne, hit the top of a tree, and then landed in the ditch. I know you might not think much of it, but my seatbelt was actually the reason I'm still here. In perspective, my phone was found 30 feet away from my car, along with my rearview mirror, along with my headlights. Part of my bumper was about 100 feet away from my car. And in all reality, that scares me so bad, because I was so close to dying. I know you might not think anything through. We're all new drivers, we're careful to an extent. But in my mind, I could have died. I was in the hospital getting my nose stitched up, to where this part, from here to here, was completely unconnected. They had to stitch it back together. And then right here next to my eye, they had to stitch that up too, because it was completely coming apart. But that's nothing. I got lucky. All these bruises, all of these scars that I'm going to have, it's worth the price of not dying. All I'm saying is wear your seatbelt, because if I hadn't worn it, I would have ended up where my phone was, 30 feet away from the car. And as much as you think that this is probably just one of those raising awareness things, it happens. It's real life. I used to look at the commercials and think they were so stupid. But in all reality, people are just trying to save us. We could die at any moment, at any given time, just because some other car or we could make a mistake. Because things like that do happen. Ice exists. Other cars exist. Drunk drivers exist. And as much as you don't want to believe it, this could happen to anybody. No matter how cocky you are, no matter how long you've been driving, you could have been driving for 30 years and still get in a car accident like this. It's inevitable that it can happen. But what isn't inevitable is that you could wear your seatbelt and prevent anything. Yeah, it doesn't prevent the fact that you might die, but it prevents the fact that there's any chance in this world that you could fly out your car window. I understand that as teenagers we don't want to do, what everybody else is telling us to do. But being raised a seatbelt wearer, it saved my life. And I'm just trying to help you realize that something so simple as putting your seatbelt on could protect you from missing out on the rest of your life. And the only reason I'm doing this is because I didn't listen to anybody when they told me to not speed. I would wait till the last minute to go somewhere, and I would just go 20 miles over the speed limit trying to get there. But it's not the best idea, because speed limits exist for a reason, especially when there's ice on the ground. Seatbelts save lives. Speed limits save lives. Cars are 3,000 pounds of death. And as much as you don't want to admit it, this could happen to anybody. Just wear your seatbelt and save your life. It's worth it, I promise.